Ooh, wait, what's going on here? One sec, guys. I think there's an issue with the game capture, which is always exciting. Thought I'd solve all the technical issues. It looks like we haven't, though. So, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing all right. Let me quickly fix this shit. That's my OBS settings. That is not what we want, actually. In fact, that's what we want here. Oh, is there echo going on? Sorry, one sec. Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay, that might have fixed stuff. Let me keep checking. If it hasn't, yell at me. Think you looks better than remember? Echo? Never mind. How about that? Does that fix it? I think okay, if this has fixed it, I have figured out what was happening. Turn it to max echo and do a DJ stream. It's fixed. Okay, excellent. I figured out what it was, guys. Oh my God, it's been a start to the stream. So first of all, I tried to go live. And I was super excited. I was like a couple minutes late, but I was like, we're gonna do this. I tried to start the stream, and for some reason, OBS just straight up like wouldn't connect, and it's still telling me that my like bit rate's fucking unstable, so that's exciting. I was like, okay, it's not connecting to the internet. So I was like, what's going on with this? So I'll try the usual stuff. I disconnect and reconnect Twitch to OBS. I check all the OBS settings. It looks great. I was literally streaming yesterday and everything was fucking fine. So I go the nuclear route, which is, you know, turn it off and on again, which is both OBS, all my settings, and my computer. That didn't fix it. Then what we did was we checked the upload settings. Sorry, this is a bit of a streamer backend stuff going on. I checked the upload speeds for our internet right now. Glass was getting upload speeds of like what we're normally getting, like really fast, download, upload, etc. I am a nerd, yes. It was working great. My upload speed was 0.25 megabits a second, which unfortunately is not enough to stream. So the problem initially was not actually the OBS, which is what I thought it was. It was the fact that my internet was so fucking dog shit, I couldn't actually stream it all at base. So at first I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? So Glass and I switch Ethernet cables. By the way, we are on Ethernet cables. We're not on Wi-Fi. I try Glass's Ethernet cable to see if, okay, maybe just like the router's doing something weird with one of them. Not only does switching the Ethernet cables not change anything, so I still have the dog shit upload speeds, and his upload speed is like doing great and totally fine and all of that. It's like it didn't do anything. So then I disconnect the Ethernet cable, and suddenly magically my internet is like 5 times better and about the max speeds that we can get on fucking Wi-Fi. So that threw me for a fucking loop. And then because I had updated OBS, it reset literally all of my media settings, so I didn't have the I found out when I changed the scenes, I didn't have the screen cap just then, and it also, because my new camera that I got now several months ago, but still is new in my heart of hearts, whatchamacallit, the camera has a microphone attached to it because it's fancy, and I don't use it because I have the snowball, so it was reading both the camera and the snowball. But thank God we have fixed all of the shit. So we're here. I'm very late. There may not be a ton of gameplay, because that all was just extremely rattling. Kept tapping the stream and wondering why your game is frozen. No, it was just because I was trying to run around and fix everything that broke. And obviously I didn't even fix everything that broke before the stream began. But we're here now. So that's that. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. It's a great start to the stream. We're doing amazing. So yes, there was a patch preview. I have pulled up somebody's tweets, because I think they just screen capped everything that was going on. So I'm just gonna look through the screen caps here. I didn't actually watch the preview, but I saw all of the info about it here, obviously, on Twitter. So I did want to briefly go through all of it to see what it looks like. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna start in whatever fucking order this is put in. Castigate! Shurima, 7 mana, kill all followers. Great. It's a removal. That's actually, this is just shoving Spirit Fire just further and further away from anything anyone ever wants to cast. Like, I remember in Expedition, Spirit Fire was the thing that would, like, occasionally pop up now and again, but, like, also, it was never something that was useful. Castigate looks bad. Followers are weird, but if you're in the right position, it's still a board wipe. It's not Ruination, but I'm giving Shurima Ruination to be excessive amounts of duplication, because Ruination should be pretty unique of a card if you're going to have a board wipe, I think. Only followers and slow at 7. But it's still better than Spirit Fire. Who the fuck uses Spirit Fire deliberately? Like, I've seen it used, again, in Expeditions, like 2 times, and that was out of fucking desperation, and it was also before Tellstones happened, so it was just like, if you have that card, good fucking luck. I think I am like I am more neutral on Castigate, because it's not that. Shurima is at least better than fucking that. You like Spirit Fire, it's cool. It's nice that it's a burst spell, but it only does 2 damage, and it's also only a power reduction of -2 or something. Spirit Fire is okay. I think it is a garbage card, honestly. I hate that thing. Am I getting the actual stats right? Because the thing is, it doesn't end anything. It doesn't stop anything from happening. It's hard to main deck. I think if you're going to be running Shuriman Tellstones, like, there's a chance that you'll encounter it. Oh, Weight of Judgment is also getting changed. There's a chance you'll encounter it, but yeah, it's not a fucking choice. It is bad, but the fact it's burst is kind of cool. It literally is carried by the fact that it's burst. If this wasn't burst, even if this was like a fast speed spell, it would feel so much worse. But it is true that because it's a burst spell, it has a little bit more interactivity and things you can do with it. Otherwise, unfortunately, still kind of terrible. Soul Cleave. Be like, you posted this one in the Discord, I think. Kill an ally to summon 2 ephemeral copies of it. A very, very fun for meme decks. This is just insta Revnas, insta Medulis, insta anything really. Also it says allies and not followers. So it should be able to be used on champions, right? So it's like 3 mana mini Dawn and Dusk, which is always an exciting time. I think that will be pretty good. That will be pretty fucking exciting. There's already so many things that like you can for sure do for that. So that will be nice. Also, sorry, I'm fixing more stuff on the back end. I'm sorry. Okay, yes, we're good. Sumpwork buff. Oh, Soul Cleave Gwen. Oh, yeah, with a shitload of Hallowed on board. That is actually kind of terrifying. Kyrian Sump Workers. Oh, yeah. What else benefits? I guess Cunning Kitten, but that's like pretty lame. You could pump out a bunch of good elusives with this as well. Tryndamere and Cleave, the Mana Boar. Oh, yeah. Whatever that boar is called. I know what card you're talking about. That has the last breath, can't block condition. Yeah, Tryndamere does sound terrifying. Imagine if you killed a Scion with that. Hunting boar, yes. I mean, Scion wouldn't stack the rallies, but it would be funny to have multiple overwhelms just hanging around. This seems actually like a pretty powerful card in certain scenarios. Cut Kitten is such an underwhelming card. It really was and is, unfortunately. Like, you have to give it so many buffs just for it to be able to do anything, and the buff that it normally gets just on creation is really, really small. Scion would give multiple rallies. Doesn't the rally only stack once if you get it? That's why Katarina on top of an attack token doesn't work, right? You don't get 2 rallies out of it. Because you would get Last Breath, Scion Return, when I'm summoned rally, so it would just be Scion Return, and the tokens would just stack. Or they wouldn't stack, you would just have a token, right? You'd still also have 2 9/4s with Overwhelm or whatever you had buffed this to, or buffed... I'd buffed this to, because you can't buff the original Scion. Oh, but you would don't attack with them all at once. Kill an ally to summon. Oh yeah, because you would be able to trigger leveled Scion plus Scion Return. You're right, sorry, I'm forgetting about the Last Breath effect, because killing this Scion will generate Scion Return, but then you'll also get the base Scion. Yeah, that's true. Gives you 2 more that the rally when they die. I was forgetting about Last Breath. Yeah. I know, I see what you're saying. That actually is kind of fun. What else has good Last Breath? I mean, you could always do... you could do chickens. I mean, that's a pretty basic one as well, but chickens would be hilarious. There's also a whole bunch of Targon that could get really big. Like, obviously, if you cast Scourge, you're ending the game anyway, but imagine 2 whole Scourges on their next attack. That would be hilarious. Hallowed Scion sounds like a nightmare. Someone tried to actually, I think, giving me a Hallowed Scion deck. It didn't innately work with Hallowed too much, just because the discard package is a little bit distant from Hallowed, but that would be quite intimidating. I kind of want to see someone stack it, though. And we could always be the ones to stack it, so that would be hilarious. Albus does my minimum of 3 damage. I feel like that... Okay, I'm looking at this on the tail of casting a Albus Ferrous OTK, so I'm not actually sure if Ferrous needed the buff, but we were playing a super meanie deck, so this actually might make him be played a little bit more. The thing is, if you have Jace deck, I feel like you have so many other win cons that aren't a 7 mana Pharaohs, that it's nice, but it's not the biggest boost, I think. So far, yeah, Soul Cleave is winning out in terms of like, oh no, that's actually cool. That's fucking cool. Dragon Collar now 5 mana from 6. Dragon Caller is also one of those cards that never has seen the light of day, really. I played it once in one deck I think that someone sent in. It was fun in theory, but also really slow. It just has, unfortunately, has a little bit of a smaller stat line. To be fair, it has the sign-in stat line. But getting full at 5 might actually be more significantly more feasible, because a lot of your opponents are going to be doing important things at 6, so if you have the Empyrean around that time, it might be a little bit of a distraction, because, I mean, ephemeral elusives are just kind of funny. They are just funny. Weight of Judgment, this is the other card. Deal 2 to a champ or 4 to a follower. Cost 3 mana, drop some of the follower damage. I don't actually know if I agree with that at all, because 4 to a follower for 3 mana, I feel like does even less than its current iteration. Or I feel like the whole purpose of running Weight of Judgment is that you have the opportunity to deal 7 damage, because there's very few cards in the game that will do that much in one go. Even if you look at like Hex Obliterator or Sunburst, they're still actually below that. Yeah, I think it got worse. I think 3 mana for 4 damage is worse, because it then is basically a weird inefficient mimic of Aftershock, I feel like. And Aftershock already exists in the game, so I feel like there were scenarios, especially in like niche meme scenarios, or just like niche scenarios in general, where you would want that 4 mana for 7 damage. This does not seem like a boost. I don't think that's a boost. I think that is just kind of devaluing Weight of Judgment even further. The Weight of the Judgment... the weight of the Weight of Judgment is currently just kind of tipping in the scales of any other removal card. So that one's weird. Kind of makes me sad, though. I really did like the 7 damage on this thing. I thought the 7 damage was cool. So 7 damage, are they trying to trade off a little bit with Castigate? Like, make this the cheaper end and then Castigate at the top? But that also seems inefficient as fuck. Perfect for the Dragon Collar. But it doesn't even kill Dragon Collar. This is still a 3/5. So it wouldn't even punch that down. So, like, if you get the right amount of mana early, there's, like, you're probably going to be removing a 3/2 or a 3/3 at best. Dream is a weird region that has to not be able to do a little bit, that has to be able to do a little bit of everything to support mono decks. They just get worse versions of everything else. Worse versions of everything else, so that's why I feel like keeping the 7 would have been, like, totally fine. Because literally nobody uses this for the champion ability. It's so much mana for something that does literally so little. That one's disappointing. Weight of Judgment is disappointing. Hate Spike, kill an ally to deal 3 to a unit, and summon a Husk. So current Hate Spike, remind me of the fucking stats here. Kill an ally 2 mana, deal 2, and summon a random Husk. So they've basically just increased its everything by 1. Oh no, actually the mana cost is the same. That's really strong, actually. That's actually pretty fucking strong. Remember when people complained Bandle got to do everything and then Shurima said move over? Oh yeah, and then PNZ was like, hi, I can just RNG my way out of literally every scenario. Yeah, Hate Spike's strong. I thought for some reason I thought the mana cost increased. It's still fucking 2? That's a little terrifying. That's a little terrifying. Lucian is now a 1-cost 2/1. A 1-cost 2/1 instead of a 2-cost 3/2. Okay, quick attack 2/1. That's an interesting stat line for Lucian. How is he supposed to live until he sees that condition happen? Lucian seems absolutely horrible now. Wait, what the fuck? Because at least before, he got to be a 4/3, which is a little more intimidating at 2 than a fucking 2/1, right? Or a 3/2, I suppose. Like, a 1 mana 3/2 is like, but it's never going to be able to see any of this happen. Literally, you can just wait for your opponent to have a board and like Withering Wail literally everything, including the Lucian, away. So that is unfortunate for Lucian. Oh my god, that's unfortunate for Lucian. Yeah. Well, if you are interested in playing Senna Lucian for the tournament, apologies that I apparently announced that as a valid pairing right before they nerfed him into the fucking ground. 1 cost Lucian, 2 cost Shard, 3-drop Haunted Relic. I'm still catching up for a little bit here. That's fucking disappointing. And you can see the stats for this one. People are paying attention to that card a lot. Let's see. Kale is now 5. Okay, Kale at 5 actually makes a little bit of sense, I think. Have to see it live before we judge. Honestly, I'm fully willing to be like, Lucian's dead. Lucian is absolutely dead. Because it's just like, Teemo on the level, Teemo on level, or it becomes a 2/2 and you have to target it. But Teemo can also level within 2 to 3 turns pretty easily if you get the right puff cap interactions. And now Lucian's in like the Teemo space in the Zoe space. Zoe is slow, but you can have ways of protecting her in Targon. Teemo can level pretty quickly. Lucian is not leveling quickly at all. She's so far away from he's so far away from anything to do with Senna, and there's so many allies that are just going to die after he does. I feel like could prove useful in Black Flame. The problem is that Black Flame only gives you 1 ephemeral copy, so you'd need to run like some pretty big Shadow Isle stuff. And I think the problem with that then is, why would you not just run Callista? Go in Zed or Hecarim decks? Maybe? But then you're also paying basically the Black Flame tax for a thing that might rally depending on how your opponent targets, because they can also Mystic Shot this down in combat and you're still stuck with no rally with potentially a worse champion than something else you could run like Zed Hecarim, because I feel like Zed Hecarim is already so like solidified that why would you run anything other than Zed to support your Hecarim, I think. Also turn 1 Lucian, turn 2 Dice, turn 3 Azir, Azir Lucian, or Lucian Kindred or Lucian Callista. I could maybe see Azir Lucian, Lucian Kindred. Lucian Kindred requires, again, I think the thing that I'm worried about is the fact that it has to be 4 allies. And unless you're spawning little things, like a lot of little things really fast, and your opponent targets them first, which they're obviously not going to do. They're going to target your Lucian first. I just don't see it doing anything. Like, even before, he was a little bit of a, well, he's probably not going to do anything. Sure, if he does stuff, he's terrifying, but it's just so small. You can give it tough. You can give it HP buffs a little bit in Demacia. You can give it barrier. But again, it's so small. It's so small, and he doesn't have any benefit outside of him being on the board, I think, is the other thing. Zoe has value just generating spells. Teemo has value generating your win con. Fizz has value in just being untargetable. I feel like he's not going to give you value fast enough, or he doesn't give you enough additional value to warrant being a 1-cost, is the problem. Or with the reduced stat line. It's mostly the stat line. Like, if this was a 1-drop with his original stats, he'd be actually really scary. But not like this. He wants to be in Shadow Isles, but they can't save him either, and the cards to level him won't come down until a few turns afterwards. I think it's just the timing. I think the timing for him is unfortunately just really bad. I'm going to move on from this, though, for now. Definitely people will try to be brewing with this, and I'm curious if anyone will come up with an actually solid thing that can compete either with Ephemerals or somehow in Demacia, though Demacia is going to be really hard. I hope that someone comes up with something. I would hate to see Lucian turn into a Vladimir, you know? Lucian deserves better than that. Kale, Adjusted stats, summon buffs, hits herself, which is nice. Kind of makes sense. I think a Kale buff actually is not bad. Her ability isn't changing, not significantly. So whether or not she will become a good Ruin Runner or worse Ruin Runner, I feel like she'll maybe have a chance at being good Ruin Runner. But yeah, Mahira also exists. The Kale buff is good. It's good, but I don't know if it's strong. I don't know how strong it is. Because the thing is, if you're going to cast an empowered unit, again, as I think you mentioned or someone else did, Mahira does exist. And I feel like Mahira, as much as Mahira dies pretty easily, unfortunately, if you can somehow get a deck buff or a that grant allies in hand thing on it, Mahira is just gonna be a lot better. Tail takes too long to come online. She takes so long. And the thing, and I feel like just this card, which is now and also the 5 mana slot, does like almost more. Because a grant out to allies when you come down is nice. It's just pales into comparison to a literally just a +1/+1 to everything. I would probably play Mahira in a Spirits Unleashed deck over a Kale, which just feels weird. Like, double attack is great if Frostbite and Obliterate didn't exist, and also just Vengeance straight up. There is Divine Judgment and cards that can technically save her, but that doesn't solve your Frostbite problem. Shyvana levels in deck and also discount Strafing Strike. It's been a while since I've seen Shyvana, so I actually don't mind this. I think dragons are fun. I know they can be oppressive when they're really strong, but I am a fan of a Shyvana buff, I think. It's the last time Shyvana was big was, I think, when it was Shyvana Pantheon running around, right? Which was one of the seasons where I actually tried doing, like, I think the most climbing. That was the first season I hit Diamond. Don't know about the Shyvana change. I think it is obviously good for dragons. I think having a level Shyvana earlier is just a lot better. But like the Kale buff, it's really going to depend on how fast it can go, and she's still kind of slowish. Don't think it helps her all that much. I think having a leveled Shyvana is a great upgrade. It's not a huge HP buff, but the discount and strafing is always going to be nice, because there's always the chance that you have bigger dragons than her on the board. She's the first dragon coming down, now you need more damage. Not always. I mean, to be fair, they nerfed some of the other combos like White Flame and stuff like that, which, I mean, White Flame needed the nerf pretty strongly. Strafe is good though for level Shyvana. I think it's also that I'm definitely putting a lot of weight on the leveling of the Shyvana, because having continuous strafings is just really good. I think the leveling part is the feature here. The additional dragon ally damage that you have to deal. I mean, the thing then is that you can not cast Shyvana first. It then removes your need to get the Shyvana down. So you can cast, like, Screeching Dragon instead, or, I mean, there's the sillier Targon dragons, like, the one with Spell Shield, but it does make those slightly more valuable, I think, because then at least you can use those to get a Strafing Strike for something that may already be more defensible than your champion. I think it's good. I think I understand in principle that the potential power spike of this more than the Kale, just because I've played Shyvana more. So that'll be interesting. I'll be playing dragons for sure. I'll be enjoying dragons when that drops. He levels up in deck. Yeah, I think that weirdly, I feel like when I played Yi, the few times that I've actually bothered to touch a Yi, I feel like Yi just kind of makes sense to do that. Like, there are definitely times where I'm just like, but you mean I have to do this fucking every single time? I have to get each individual one to hit something? That's a lot. I like the allied buff. I agree. Because Yi on attack is actually not that bad, because he does get a lot of attack damage through. So it'll be irritating potentially, but also a lot more fun to see more Yis actually utilizing their level up. Oh, Lysandra. Summon a Frozen Thrall and advance it 2. Oh, where's base Lysandra right now? Because that's it's a count, and it's additional countdown 2 on Lysandra, which is, yep. Here we go with Thralls. Never understood why he buffs everything with his flow, but they don't all count for the level up. It is a little bit weird. Maybe they were afraid that if it was a total level up or a in-deck level up, it would be too strong. But he's so underplayed that I think that's definitely not the case. Lysandra discounting, though, just getting it to 6, right? Does seem a lot more useful. It makes the nerf to other countdown decks in our archetype a lot less painful, because you can earn the countdown a little like just faster again. Usually by the time your second Yi came down, he was too weak for the game state. Yeah, his HP is still a problem, but if you can stack them all, then it's just like, oh, my second one actually levels this time, instead of hitting for 6 and then dying. Shadow Shift is -1 mana. I actually kind of agree with that. I mean, Recall for a 3/2 is not too bad. 2 mana for a 3/2. It makes it a better Recall card for sure. I basically searched the most cumbersome version of that. Shadow. Is Shadow Shift 1 or 2 words? Shadow Shift is 1 word. Yeah, 2 mana seems fine. 2 mana, 3/2. Don't know enough about Recall to predict the strength of this, but it seems like a nice thing, not a broken thing. Shard of Reverence is now all of your spell mana, which I like. That seems reasonable enough. Shadow Shift is weird, get it for thematics, but it's always risky to play. It is usually pretty risky. I think the cost reduction means that it's less valuable for your opponent to try and counter, because now it's slightly more on par with Recall, just the spell, the 1 mana spell, for one extra mana. So I'm wondering if there will be some kind of Cannon Brew or something with it. Curious about that. I'm mostly thinking about Shadow Shift and not Zed's Shadow Shift, because usually when you have a Zed, you just let the Zed die or do things. Should make it like the Akali Recall card. Oh, go get it, and the one that makes something equals 0, so you can recast it. Yeah, it's definitely in a weird space in Ionia. Because yeah, again, if you have Recall in your deck, is Shadow Shift for the unit really significantly better? Not sure about that one. Shard of Reverence, refilling spell mana. I said this. I think this is nice. It makes casting more landmarks easier, and also casting your draw. And Rise decks, I'm okay with slightly more Rise decks. Every mana given back is a 0.5% increase in the Rises, so I don't feel like this is problematic, but it is nice. Tristana now has impact at base. Tristana actually got a buff. I'm sorry, Tristana got a buff? What is this universe? I'm suddenly in the wrong universe right here. Yay Tristana? I mean, yay Tristana, to be honest. At least they gave her something. Jax finally gets cards with this card type. Oh, Weapon Master are a subtype. Oh, that actually makes sense. I hadn't even thought of that or been aware of it. Also, Martin Thomas, hello, welcome back. Let's see. All the other recalls can stop Strike Fist, Lifesteal fizzles, but Shadow Shift replaces a target for a not so great unit. I think there are scenarios where you might trade more often now into something that's valuable, but it's still questionable, especially if it's like Quick Attack, because like so many champions have that doesn't fucking matter for Shadow Shift. So it'll be interesting. Uh, Wait, yes. Oh, Trist who buffed? Tristana buffed. I know. Roar of Acacia. Wait, what does Roar of Acacia have like any thing on it right now? No, it has literally nothing. Okay, so they're just handing it that archetype, which like great. I guess it's technically called subtype in Runeterra. I'm gonna keep calling it an archetype probably. Add to Jax's origin. Great. Jax is actually getting a couple of things here. Incredible. Overwhelm on 2 without the light, which fantastic. I did always think it was weird that he didn't get overwhelm naturally. There's a bunch of other champions that just kind of have things, and Jax was like, I am very reliant on this one weapon to be equipped and in hand and equipped for this to actually work. Should have been Weapon Master from the start anyways. Pretty much. Especially Fish Fight. I mean, that card not being like region locked for Fish Fight was just kind of weird and annoying. And then the Demacia players would have it. He's like, why do you get this out of everybody else? Why do you have this? Jax, hooray, you're getting things. Katarina is now slightly smaller. I feel like that's not the biggest change, especially because the thing that's running around is hallowed anyway, so the thing that matters is her rally effect, and you can just give her more power either through hallowed or just Noxus existing. But it's nice to see a 2/2. She did get pretty strong. I guess this does open up to something happened with Quietus, right? There's more stuff down here, I think. Didn't think you would ever see a cat nerf in your life. I know. Cat changes nothing. Cat doesn't really change anything, right? Am I wrong in thinking that Quietus got a change though? I don't see it on here, but I remember seeing something about it floating around. I mean, you can still Mystic Shot the Katarina. Same, it still dies to Draven Syndrome, even if the removal is a little bit rarer when you're going up against Cat at that turn, because, I mean, Mystic Shot is usually a P&Z main deck, but it's not, like, a game main deck. Quietus targets total 4 stats now. Okay, I mean, well, now you can Quietus it. You can Quietus the Katarina, I guess. Yeah, total 4... I guess that does balance out a little bit, because now you can't kill Braum and you can't kill, what can you not kill anymore? A bunch of things. Victor, I guess. That's my bias there, but you also can't kill Victor. Yeah. And now, Hearthblood Mender forges twice but loses a power. Hearthblood Mender, I think, that's actually kind of nice. Double forging something, as a 4/5 instead of a 5/5. I mean, that seems totally fine, because you're also going to be running things like Spirits Unleashed, probably, if you're going to have Freljord. So there's a way to get that power back, or a way to stack your deck anyway. Can't Quietus Galio. It's a Galio buff! Spirit Fireworks on Katarina now? Okay, alright, fine. If I must eat some of my words on Spirit Fire, I will. It's still a bad card, though. Can kill Braum if he takes 2 damage. That's true. But it's harder to, like, immediately just slow spell. Just, like, off the bat. Here's a Braum, here's a Quietus. Which is nice, at least. Yeah, all hail the Galio buffs. +1 power to Maokai. Great. I mean, Maokai is not seeing much play, but I don't know if the power buff to Maokai is really going to revive the amount that he's played. Probably not, right? Probably this is just gonna stay where it was. No? Or approximately where it was, in terms of, like, sure, some people play deep. I'm definitely not salty that I died to a deep player in seasonals, which I will never live down ever. I don't care what other people think. It's just like me personally, I will never be able to live that down. It now can block Zed. Ooh, that's true. No one is attacking with him pre-level up. You don't really attack with Maokai, right? You just kind of put him on the board and then he makes things. and then he obliterates. And then if you obliterate your opponent's deck, the power of your unit doesn't really matter. It's just kind of already done. Your business has already been finished. So interesting changes. Some seem really good. So I think, in my perspective here, Maokai is slightly irrelevant. Hearthbloodbender is nice. Katarina is slightly irrelevant, but quietus. If you lose after you obliterate, you probably deserve it. Fair and accurate statements. Jax is nice. Jax is like super nice. Jax is finally getting something. Yay, Jax. Tristana, yep, excellent. Impact, good. Shroud of Reverence, 0.5% more Rise players up in here. Excellent. Shadow Shift, we'll see. Lysandra, Advanced Throws and Thrall, great. Yi, great. Shyvana, good. Kale, don't really care. Now is in Mahira slot. Lucian, horrible. Hate Spike, good. Weight of Judgment, I'm actually gonna put this in the horrible camp for Weight of Judgment. Need to add Brand and Morgana next update. There's more changes for Alawi. Oh, Alawi got an additional power or something, right? Yes, they're finally Weapon Master cards. Albus Pharos, don't know if this is going to change too much about J-Stacks, but I guess it's nice for the J-Stacks. Soul Cleave, absolutely fucking strong as shit, maybe. Certainly Mimi as fuck. Potentially also meta strong. This seems exciting. Castigate is, Shrima does more things, I guess. Your Aatrox Jax deck got way better. Aatrox Jax, you'll have to hand it to me once the changes are announced. You want Brand to have his own version of the World Runes? Oh, Brand and Morgana, though, would be interesting ads. I mean, Morgana at period has to show up at some point now that they have Kale, right? Soul Cleave on Teemo all day. Oh, I brought up Teemo in other contexts, but I didn't bring it up in the Soul Cleave context. That's a good fucking point. We can quadruple the puff caps. I can be maximum terror. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, there are some other changes floating around. I don't know if those have been compiled somewhere. But yeah, I just saw that Alawi's been changed. Quietus has been changed. Oh yeah, I guess on Wednesday I maybe should consider adding a stream, huh? To actually play with the new stuff and with the season reset. Ooh, maybe I should do that. Yeah, stuff is gonna be interesting. Get your deck building. How was Lucian buffed? Lucian was fucking nerfed into the ground. At least from my perspective. He's now 1 mana with lower stats and seems to just die instantly. At least that's my take on it. Some people were saying like you could run it with like an Ephemeral or a Zir kind of Black Flame build, but I just don't see him living through anything. At level, he's a 3/2. And there's, I mean, with the fucking Hate Spike buff running around at the same time, is this ever going to be able to do anything? And I'm not confident in this one. I don't know why they did that. Like, I don't think nerfing his mana and his everything else was a great take here. Surprised they made him 1 cost. I think they probably could have just like given him an HP buff or something, and I would have been more inclined to play him. It dies to half a Mystic Shot. It dies to a Pokey Stick. Like, if you are on turn 2 and you cast Lucian, it's gonna die to a Pokey Stick unless you somehow have like Range's Resolve in hand, which you're not going to probably. Or if you do, you have to spend a Ranger's Resolve to protect literally 1 unit. Has Kennen stats and costs. Kennen stats and costs, but none of the value. 1/2 Lucian would at least be playable, right? I think if they had buffed his HP, everything would have been like a different thing on this, but I don't like this one. If they wanted to make him 1, I think there were other ways that they should have moved his stuff around. It's just like the value he gives you is not, I think, on par with other 1-drops. Kennen gives you spells. Teemo gives you win cons. Fizz just counters everything you try to throw at him. Zoe gives you spells and value. I'll stop harping on this, though. I'll stop harping on the poor Lucian. 2-1 tough? Oh, tough I would take. Tough I would totally fucking take, actually. Lucian being a 1-2 doesn't seem very Lucian. Thematically, it wouldn't make sense, right? He is pretty fucking aggressive. He is a bit of a damage dealer. But, like, at least for survivability in Runeterra, he might need it. Otherwise, who's gonna stop all of the wife stealing? Clearly, at this point, clearly not him. 2-1 tough and quick attack at 1 mana seems a bit too much. Yeah, quick attack and tough maybe is too much. But I think for what he does, it might be a little more reasonable. I mean, quick attack might have to stay. I think that one definitely has to stay. It's just uncomfortable. You're interested? Every 1 mana champ in the game so far is playable. You know, that's actually fair. That's actually fair. Of all the things that currently cost 1 mana, you can do stuff with them. Oh yeah, Annie too, I guess. Annie's also here. I forgot about Annie pretty consistently. Lucian seems hard for Lucian to be the worst at 1 mana. I'm just thinking about his level up condition. That level up condition is either you play Senna, and Senna dies, which you're not going to hit that until 3 or 5 mana, or you summon a bunch of little things that will level him in time to get the rallies going, which means you need something like, what, Haunted Relic, or something that spits out ephemerals. Or you want to try and go wide, but going wide is going to be difficult to stay ahead of your opponent, literally just trying to kill it. No one tries to face a level 2 Lucian if it sticks. I mean, that's true, that's true. It's a 1 mana 2-1 quick attack. You go for 1 most time, and if it sticks, it's game over. It's not bad. Yeah, but I don't think he's ever going to stick. I think the problem is that I don't, it's not going to stick. I don't think your opponent is going to look at you playing Demacia and go, oh, I can just not let the Lucian die. I think it's too dependent on your opponent not having the removal they need in time. And considering that even if Quiet has got to change, like Quietus, Pokestick, Mystic Shot are still going to be running around pretty rampantly, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Lucian with Soul Cleave and add any 2 costs that someone's 1 more levels Lucian on turn 3. Yeah, but then you need to cast Soul Cleave and something else. And if you Soul Cleave a different card, I don't know. Does it need to stick? His very essence forces him to 1-for-1 rather than with a unit or spell. I don't think this is a buff. I don't think it's a buff. I am willing to be proven wrong, but I hate it. That's fine for the most part. Most fit removes and kill Lucian is Blade's Edge. Any other removal limit is not as cost efficient. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's good. I think if I was gonna play a 1-drop, I would still instinctively gravitate towards other things that aren't like, I need units, or I need as many units to win. But that's maybe just like a personal, that's not how I play Runeterra perspective. Go hard buff. Yeah, also Go Hard exists. Not that anyone is really probably going to be running Go Hard for Lucian specifically. I don't know. I don't like the change. I don't like the change. Maybe it will be strong and I'm like missing a condition where he won't just die immediately to everything. But I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Like, if people can't remove my Teemo consistently, I mean, well, to be fair, people don't remove Teemo as consistently as they probably should. But I don't know. Go Hard could be interesting with Spooky Karma and Soul Cleave, and you can Soul Cleave the Rekindler. Oh yeah, you can, which would be which would actually be a decent number of additional champs that aren't ephemeral, because the Rekindler ability would proc just a regular copy of it. Go Hard on ladder. Missed your Tybalt Dex. Oh, Tybalt Go Hard. Honestly, fucking fair. Soul Cleave Karma Rekindler is not bad. That actually would be funny. Oh yeah, and I guess if you duplicate with the karma, right, you have 40 bazillion champions of something, of whatever variety you've chosen. Um, is bad? Okay, but like if we're playing Soul Cleave Karma, the question is not whether or not it's good. The question is whether or not I can fucking meme with that. And the answer is yes. When I say good, I mean what is the entertainment value out of it? And the entertainment value is fucking high. Um, leaves one spot for revive. It depends on how the Soul Cleave resolves, right? Because if it's 4 rekindlers and I guess it would prioritize a rekindler summon, right? The Jax get better? Jax got better, yes. Jax now has Overwhelm at base, which is nice. And yeah, there was the Weapon Master editions for sure. Words to live by. Good equals how entertaining is it? I mean, I personally agree with that. That's how I live my Runeterra life. For Weekend, there's only 2, even with Karma in play. So Cleave would be 2 ephemeral copies. It depends on whether it summons Rekindler and then unit and Rekindler and unit, or Rekindler and then unit. Yeah. I'm not actually sure off the top of my head how it would prioritize the summon. I am concerned, though. I think it might be the fact that you would summon the Rekindler's first priority. You want to try it with Aloof Travelers? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Someone gave me Harrowing Aloof at one point, and it was a good time. For me, personally, it was a good time to Harrowing Aloof. Not for my opponents, though. Jimin, thank you for the follow! Welcome to the madness. I appreciate you supporting the stream. How's your day going? 2 Rekindler, 2 champs. But still need 1 cleave for that. Someone after? Okay, so then it would actually be just bloating with Rekindlers first, unfortunately. Soul Cleave Aloof Maokai could be interesting. Aloof Maokai. Yeah, though again, if you have the Maokai, I mean, you're kind of winning already. Well, actually, if you want to force your opponent to draw a whole bunch, could we do... Oh, yeah, no, we could do, because Bandle, right? We could do Aloof Teemo Soul Cleave, and it would just be a bonus insider knowledge for our opponent, of course, which would be entertaining as fuck. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. We can do Maokai Rise. Oh my god. Yeah, that's true too. And Rise got a buff. See, his thing now has the 3 mana refill, spell mana refill instead of 2 mana. Is it possible to craft something like Jax? I almost said Jax Aatrox Vein. Oh, someone was literally just talking about Jax Aatrox. Yeah. You can run the Force Draw. That's fast speed. Oh wait, Force Draw. Wait, do you mean Insider is a different card? Soul Cleave with Deepest Area. Maokai Soul Cleave on Dredger would be better. Oh, for Toss. Oh, Super Turbo Deep. Yeah, Martin Thomas made Jax Aatrox. So yeah, it does exist. It is a thing. It's just got completely wiped off the board by cultists, of course. You already have a Jax Tristana deck, and it got a lot stronger with the fish fight access. Oh, can you add another region? Jax Aatrox sounds pretty bad. Yeah, I think you would have to run individual regions, right? Because yeah, Runeterra champions count for their own. They count for their own thing, so it would be limited to these 2. You can't throw in another one the same way you can't do Kane Aatrox Shadow Wilds or something. He needs Toss and Kill. Yeah, but if you're tossing with the Dredger, I mean, it's still gonna be that condition. Scarab and Dredger. Yeah. Like every Jax follower has a weapon already. Yes. It does just put in a Roar of Acacia and the fish fight. On the other hand, Aatrox Bandle is hot because you have infinite cheap units for your weapons. Aatrox Bandle is hot. I just love that phrase. Dredger would be faster than Aloof. Oh, yeah, Dredger would be faster than Aloof. Or, like, Sea Scarab, honestly, with something on the board. That's definitely, it's not Runeterra, so, would be nice. Because if you have a Scarab on board and then you Soul Cleave something, or Soul Cleave, especially something that tosses, that would be a lot of cards all at once. Unless you're using a lift to finish them off after the Maokai levels. Then I think it's more of a, are you really worried about them winning after you've obliterated their decks? Hopefully you're not, unless you're somehow up against somebody who has like a Ruination and also a big damage guy. Rise, Shadow Isles, you can Soul Cleave a Rise if you have the room. If you would like to draw, stun, deal damage, refill your mana, and also heal multiple times. Turbo Maokai incoming. Yeah. Fun facts, one of my first interactions with Runeterra was when Glass started playing it, because he actually started playing it first, and one of his decks that he was talking about with a friend was Turbo Deep. So yeah, maybe we'll just have a Turbo Deep resurgence. You're thinking Rise Nami? Oh my god, Nami. Also, can we just say, poor Nami? Ever since she got her +1/+0 is the only thing she does, or +2/+0 rather, and no HP buff, just fell off the fucking cliff. Which, to be fair, she was pretty fucking strong with Shelly on top of this, but nobody plays Nami anymore. She is unfortunately a little bit dead. Sorry, Nami. Mariah Greatmother, though, still a fun-ass card. Even Vladimir beats her now. Yeah, even Vladimir can pull it out of his ass more than Nami can sometimes. Especially if you got one of those fun Scar Gods decks that we have a few of now, actually. But yeah, those are the changes to the game. The same happened with the 4-mana Targon landmark. This is gonna prove your point, but which landmark do you mean again? Don't even remember its name. You know what? I'm gonna look it up so that we can all refresh our memory, because I don't actually remember what the fuck you're talking about at all. 4-mana landmark? Oh, Veiled Temple! Yes, this one. Temple. Altar of the Moon. This one. Yeah, that's fair. This one also refills mana, though, and that's something Navi can't even do. What do I think about the Lucian change? Ooh, we were just talking about this. I hate it, personally, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong, because I would be sad if Lucian was unplayable. I'm worried that he will become unplayable, but maybe I'm just not seeing it. Reverse row. Also, Jalo, let me pull up what I was looking at here. Oh, that's not it. This incognito tab. This person has a nice compilation in their Twitter feed. If you want it, that's where I was pulling my updates. It seems like people are just kind of pulling it from the dev stream, though, so there's also that. Difficult, what's going to happen with him. I think difficult for sure. Just a reminder, Lucian can be buffed by Bilgewater and Dami Mommy. He does, you know, that's fair. He will actually, he will fall into the all one-cost allies do stuff, unless they really want to gut rally more. Can also be buffed by Reaver's Row. Yeah, there's the other landmark card that was brought up just then. Yeah, +2/+1. Again, this also gives +2/+1, and not the +1 or +2/+0. Sorry, Nami. Just gonna shit on her the whole evening from now, I guess. Dies to Pokey. That was kind of my point, but I got some. We got into a debate, so who knows for sure. Go Hard, Quietus, so on and so forth. Ranger's Resolve is in Demacia too. Ranger's Resolve, sure, but like you don't want to cast Ranger's Resolve without a full board. Obviously it counters things like Withering Wail and like other things like Spirits Unleashed and bigger AoE stuff that might be a threat to both your Lucian and your board. But I don't see how your opponent, if they're casting a more expensive spell above, say, like 4, probably more like 5, how they wouldn't already have tried to kill the Lucian anyway. And again, it's tough. 1-mana tough for a Lucian just seems like a waste of time. Also run the tough Darken. Vonyet Poro with Lucian, new meta. Turn 1 Lucian, turn 2 Darken Equip. Equipment might actually make him better. That's actually pretty fair. Oh, yeah, I forget I forget if this was confirmed, but isn't Poro Cannon also getting changed? I don't have a link to that one, but I think I saw something about Poro Cannon going to 1 mana, which, like, I'll be sad if Poro Cannon goes to 1 mana, because it's a really powerful fucking card, and also it's fucking adorable. I wouldn't be upset, though, if they nerfed it to 1, seeing as Jinx discard got real strong. Oh yeah, it's 1 cost now? Yeah, okay. Lucian Scout. Lucian Scout. True facts, actually. They're gutting the Jinx Lulu. It's a Poro King nerf. Yeah, Jinx Lulu getting hit, I'm actually okay with. It was such a strong deck that I'm totally fine with it going away. At least a little bit. This was definitely a big part of their combo, though, because it was half a rummage for 2 Poros. Was too versatile and very powerful. Oh yeah, for sure. Probably did need something. I will miss the fact that it will no longer be 0 mana, though. It's been 0 mana literally forever. Jinx Rocket is 3 damage. Oh, instead of 4? I feel like that kind of Jink. Why did I put that fucking down? Yeah, Jinx at 3 or 4. Yeah, 3 damage, 1 mana, Super Mega Death Rocket. Yeah, I kind of like that. It puts it more on par with Get Excited, and also just like the amount of damage that other P and Z spells do. So I'm not mad about that. But Poro King, fair enough. We gotta love the Poros. Yeah, I think that was decent. Already drawing 2 wasn't good enough. Isn't so Super Mega Death anymore, and it also means that, like, you have a little bit more cause to look at a card like Decimate, and Decimate is once again kind of in its own space as well. Bye Jinx. Bye Jinx, you were helpful. Yeah, that 1 damage is actually going to be pretty impactful because, I mean, the difference between 8 and 6 is actually kind of important if your opponent doesn't give you time to top deck a Mystic Shot. Or if you just don't want to, if the timing works out that you don't have the resources to cast or find that Mystic Shot in time. So yeah, Heimer Jace is going to be back with Heimer no longer dying to Quietus. Probably, actually. Yeah, look at all of these champions who will no longer die to Quietus, including Seraphine, but that's a different problem. Copium. Oh, you want the Heimer back? Yeah, Seraphine is, that's on, well, I mean, Seraphine has already kind of been dealt with, to be fair, a little bit. And I'm okay with her never coming back. Forced to dump your whole hand for the card. I think it's fine at 4. The main issue is the Bandle side of the deck. I don't know. I think, personally, the 3 damage is a little more balanced, but I also didn't play a ton of the deck. And because here's I think the thing in favor of keeping it at 4 is it is kind of your only thing at that point. As you said, like, you dump hand, you deal 4 damage, you win the game. On the other hand, if they are removing other things like Poro Cannon that actually gave that deck its engine, and you focus more on Jinx as an individual card, then I think there's an argument that 3 damage actually makes more sense. Seraphine and Rise are going to rotate super fast. Big Ol' Dust and Lulu turning 0-cost cards to 5+ attack. Oh, yeah. I wonder if they'll ever change Big Ol' Dust, to be honest. My guess is probably not, because I mean, Yordles and Arms was a deck for a while, and that got nerfed, like, through other means. Hands instead for time for Zed Jin. If there's new Jin brews, I'll play them for sure. Give me all of the Jin brews. Okay. Well, that was about an hour of discussion of the new stuff. So yeah, Wednesday's gonna be interesting. I'll think about streaming on Wednesday as well, just to, like, herald the new cards. Because there's actually some fun shit in there. And there's new stuff to play with. I knew this season was gonna reset, but I wasn't aware of all the new stuff that was gonna be coming out. And, like, new stuff is cool. New stuff is pretty good. Okay, so I was actually going to wrap up the stream around 10 o'clock, and then I started late, so we have 12 We have 14 minutes with which to do something. I'll play some stuff. You know what? Revolutionary idea. I will play some stuff on the video game stream. Is there a new event pass? This time you will not grind 500 points in like 3 days. I don't know if there's a new event pass. There's no new expansion, obviously. I don't know if they're going to be coming out with a new pass or along with the new update. My guess is maybe not, because I think there have been other season resets where they didn't do that, just because there's nothing new and shiny to buy. I wonder if they're releasing any skins. I didn't watch the video. I just saw the card updates, or some of the card updates after, so I tried to find more of them. But that'll be interesting to see as well. This is a complete tangential point, but I have almost finished the battle pass in TFT. I started playing it again over the past couple of days, and I feel like I've hit a point where I feel like I'm starting to understand it, and then I'll hit gold 1, and then I will not understand it at all and lose all the way down to gold 4. That's besides the point, though. The point is, I'm gonna wrap up the stream by playing Teemo. You know what? We're just gonna do some Teemo. Teemo is my happy place. Teemo has not been affected by any of the nerfs and buffs and changes, really. So I shall continue with my ways. Oh my god, we're actually up against another Teemo player. Hello. Okay, what is your mastery at? 29. Pathetic. Caitlyn, 19. You know what? Fucking respectable. You've played Caitlyn a lot, and not a lot of people do that. So you know what? Kudos to you. Get your Teemo mastery up to 58,000, though. Do I have a problem? Yes. They have the Teemo first, though, so I feel like I have also other additional problems. TFT is confusing. TFT is, yeah, it's confusing. I'm learning to just focus on economy and money and just forget about my board state, which is, like, not the thing I want to do, but it's something that I'm learning to do by force. It's exciting. You probably don't interact with my Seraphine, so I'm gonna hit you in the face. Thank you very much. They might have a Purple Berry Shake. They probably do, so we'll try to avoid that if we can. With level next, Evoker, Rogue, Death Knight, Paladin, and Demon Hunter. Do I get to vote without understanding what it is I'm voting for? Because based on name alone, I would vote for, I don't know, Death Knight? Oh, I picked the same one as Glass. Convenient. I'm gonna cast a Reggie. We're going to go for... Ooh, I want the Glorious real bad, but I think I'm just gonna take Mini Morph, even if I have to cast it on a Teemo. They have a Peddler. I'm about to have a Peddler too, motherfucker. They probably have spells here, though. Unholy is pulling numbers. Frost. Anything but Evoker, you're anti-scaly? How could you be anti-scaly? So they know that I have 3 Teemos in there, which is kind of just fucking annoying, but, you know, we'll live through it, as we always do. Let's play a Peddler. I perhaps should have gone for the Elusive Travelers, but this does leave me open for Mini Morph in the future, which is okay, I think. Don't like the playstyle on Unholy. Don't like tanking without a shield. I mean, that sounds terrifying. Okay, so 2 Puff Caps there. They know we don't have Teemo yet. That is a Poison Dart. Okay. Yep. We're gonna just do this and take the stuff. And do we want to discard with the Elusive Travelers? Honestly, I think I'm just gonna cast the 4/4 here. Okay, so there's just more of those. That is a lot of Puff Caps, to be fucking honest with you. Do I take the damage? I think we actually have to block with 1, unfortunately. They're actually out Puff Capping me, which is upsetting. They've got a Mini Morph. It's probably a cast, honestly, as much as I hate it. Yeah, it's actually a cast on Mini Morph onto the 3/3, and then hope that we top deck or can block with the Acorn. If they have another one, we're kind of fucked. If they have Iterative, we're kind of fucked. But that's a nice seal that they've got there. They're planting. Yeah, they're planting, which is fine. We can discount Eclectic Collection here, which is nice. We have a Teemo blocker in theory. Seraphine is just kind of trundling along at this point, which I'm okay with. Pokestick is here for not another Teemo, because we do in fact have a 1-1, so there's a Pokestick on that. Cannot stop that from occurring. There's a Shroom. Let's go with a Loop Travelers. There's a Karina. And one of those. Dropping Caitlyn. Okay, so their hand is really fucking cheap, which is nice. I would venture to say that that's kind of okay for us. Let's go with a blocker here, I think. Get me a Shroom. They get that. They pick Entrapment 1000%. They haven't hit Mushroom Cloud, so you actually probably want to cast that first. Puff Caps 4, Puff Caps a lot. So they're gonna double to 40 here. I didn't have a way to get around the Teemo anyway, so there it is. So let's block the most damage that we can. I think we actually keep Seraphine. We just kill Seraphine, but keep our Peddler alive. Unfortunately, just getting completely outvalued here. Completely outvalued here. I guess someone else did the thing that I did, which was just like actually win a whole bunch with Puff Caps. We're not a pure Puff Cap deck either, because it was supposed to be a mimic of the Victor Puff Cap. I think we just die to statistics here, unfortunately. There's 60 in there now. 70 exactly. Yeah, there's 70 exactly. So we're top decking at round what, 3-ish per draw. No, only one there, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for us, unfortunately for other folks. That's a +3/+2. That doesn't really matter. Let's just cast this. We need blockers. We need to get rid of Teemo somehow. We are unable to, unfortunately. So if they have Insider Knowledge, we die here. If they have Ava Achiever, we die here. That's the Hexcore Foundry. Yep. Just gonna go with shit. Just gonna go with shit. Again, Insider is pretty much death. Pokestick is whatever. Let's go with one of these. Yup. Okay. Pokestick there. I'm not giving you a GG yet, because math is not absolutely 1000 guaranteed to be on your side, even though it most likely is. But I'm not gonna prematurely Shan. That's just not the way. It's not the way to do it. There's 3. Yep. Fucking called it. 2 on that. Hexcore Foundry. 3 on that. Yep. Mystic Shot to face is enough to kill me. Now we will give them a GG. There we go. Of course I had to be beaten by another PuffCap player, right? We'll do one more after this. I can't let this be the last match. At least they played quickly. They did not shame the PuffCap name, which is good. Should I break another pure PuffCap deck? I don't think so. I think the Victor Seraphine build is just more fun. It is the most entertaining. Also, if they're running Caitlyn, they're also not a pure PuffCaps. I wanted to go pure PuffCaps. Ooh, we'd be running fucking like PuffCap Pups and Ava Achiever and such like. Oh man, I want Ava Achiever. I just want Ava Achiever. I have made myself sad because I don't have Ava Achiever. That's Evelyn Viego Kindred. Okay. I have the turn 1 Teemo though, which is fantastic. I'm gonna keep Purpleberry Shake because I want to be able to keep my Teemo alive. I'm actually gonna wait too, depending on what we top deck here. If they don't have a 1-drop, I think this is a great time to cast Teemo actually on their second turn, in the hopes that they can't just kill them because we have Purpleberry in hand. Because they'll want to drain here. Yep, they go for the drain, which is what I expected. Or I expected something there. Glad I held the buff. Yep, here we go. Damage! We have a iterative improvement. Hopefully we can top deck a Peddler or something? That's a Karina, a little bit expensive, but we can wait for now. That means they don't have other removal. They do have 3 damage here. I'll fucking take it though. No. I guess they didn't want to trade the domination, which is fair enough, I suppose. If the Teemo dies here, that's okay, actually. I could try leveling him. I'm gonna actually try leveling him. I'm gonna risk it. Bog Spine Knuckle? Creepiest weapon to punch someone with? It does sound pretty creepy. A Bog Spine Knuckle. What a name. What a name. Alright, let's level him. Let's go. Boop. Boop. They could hate spike it? Potentially? Hopefully they don't have that. They need to kill something for it, but they do have a spider just like sitting there at the ready. We are just doubling to 30 immediately, so that was a pretty good Teemo turn for us. Okay, here we go. Yeah, if Lucian can do something on that power scale, he will be totally fine. And again, hopefully we'll be proven wrong by that assumption. You're gaining HP, which is the bane of the Teemo. But I actually don't think I care a whole lot. Monochrome! Hello, welcome back. We're actually on our last game because I was gonna head out a little bit earlier today. So I'm sorry that I am so late relative to your time, but hello and welcome in. Stream room was late too. Yeah, I was super late. Not a ton of content today. I'm so sorry about the technical difficulties. I am gonna blame my internet because it was just my internet's problem, but also I do apologize. That was not the most fun. Boop, bank, bop, bloop. We could kill something and then I just run into that scenario. I'm gonna just cast my last peddler so that whenever I do anything, we are casting 9 on the deck, which is just fantastic. It's just so fantastic. It was super duper fantastic, in fact. Is there anything I can do here that is not just giving them kills? Yes, there are things I can do that are not just giving them kills. Let's block the biggest one. That's it's a drain there, except I don't care because we can just find Glimpse Beyond. Do they have any in hand? This will probably let us know. They have all 3 Glimpse Beyonds in their deck still, which is like absolutely fine. I can also just, I think, kind of take the damage here because we have Karina. We just fucking have Karina. Yep. I don't actually want you to gain HP. I want you to die. Let's activate.
Don't those fools know?
They can kill their own stuff to drain and to hurt me here, but then we also have another Teemo hit potentially. How many things can they kill? They can kill a bunch, but they might also just be dying. That's 15. Goodbye. Oh my god! 15 whole puff caps! Alright, that made up for the last one. That made up entirely for the last one. 15 puff caps, 15 LP, almost exactly 10 o'clock. I think we wrapped it up in time, in a reasonable amount of time, and in a quite exciting way, in fact. I think I'm gonna leave it there. Apologies for the technical difficulties. For everyone who was hanging around and waiting for that initial chunk of time, thank you for hanging around, by the way. You were amazing, and I will do my best to be online at 8 o'clock. Internet permitting, fuck you Comcast, but that's nothing new there. Just always fuck Comcast. Doesn't matter if you have Comcast, just fuck Comcast. But it's only 3 a.m. I am sorry to abandon you in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning. Also, do you need sleep? I feel like I must ask if you need sleep. Yeah, fuck Comcast. Martin Thomas, I'm glad that I have your support on that one as well. Okay, let's find somebody to raid out to, though. You always do, but you never sleep. You sound like Glass and his whole attitude towards sleep. And a lot of people's attitudes towards sleep. I think streaming, I have just learned even more how much people do not sleep occasionally. You know? Just do not sleep at all. Raid Tempo is doing a B-Day subathon. Oh, yeah! Fuck yeah! Thank you for recommending that one. Yeah, Tempo is a good target. We did Tempo? Yeah. We are on our way. Thank you all again for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sticking through all the technical stuff, hearing my lovely voice echo, and all the things. And I hope you have a great rest of your time zone. Happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy middle of the night, and I wish you all well. Good night, Internet. Let me start this at raid before I actually forget to hit the fucking button, which I legit have done before. I one time was like, we're gonna raid, and then I missed it, so I restarted the stream and then raided out with like 5 people because everyone else had left. But not this time. This time we've got folks. Good night, internet. Thank you all again.